There is a strange paradox many discover only after achieving what they dreamed of. From outside, their lives look complete, structured, and admirable. They have recognition, stability, milestones others chase for years. Yet inside, a quiet emptiness success was supposed to erase, but never did. This feeling doesn't arrive with warning or dramatic collapse. It often comes in moments of silence, after long periods of striving. When the noise of ambition fades, the mind asks questions previously ignored. And those questions don't always have comforting answers. Many grow up believing achievement is the final destination of happiness. They're told success brings respect, confidence, and inner peace. So they spend years building, competing, proving worth through external results. But when results arrive, satisfaction often feels temporary or incomplete. One reason for this emptiness: external success doesn't automatically heal internal disconnection. A person can win awards, earn money, or gain status, while still feeling unseen in a deeper sense. If identity was built only around performance, rest can feel like losing direction. Without struggle, they may no longer know who they are supposed to be. A profound sense of being lost. Another layer comes from constantly delaying emotional needs. People focused on success often postpone rest, relationships, and self-reflection. They convince themselves they'll feel later, once the next milestone is reached. But later becomes a habit, emotional presence unfamiliar. Over time, the mind adapts to constant striving instead of simple being. Achievements are quickly replaced by the next goal. Instead of satisfaction, there's only a brief pause before urgency returns. This cycle leaves little space for genuine emotional fulfillment. Some discover their goals were never truly their own, shaped by expectations, comparison, or the need for approval. When those goals are achieved, the reward feels hollow because it was never deeply personal. Success on borrowed desire rarely satisfies. There's also emotional suppression during the journey to success. Many individuals learn to ignore discomfort, fatigue, or vulnerability. They become skilled at pushing forward, even when something inside feels unsettled. Eventually, the ignored emotions settle into a quiet heaviness. This heaviness can be mistaken for boredom or lack of motivation, but underneath often lies unprocessed exhaustion from years of emotional neglect. The mind keeps functioning, but the emotional system feels disconnected. That disconnect is what many experience as emptiness. Even relationships can become affected by this pattern of achievement-focused living. When life revolves around goals, there is less space for presence. People may be physically available, but mentally preoccupied with what comes next. Over time, connections feel weaker, even if they appear intact. A successful person might also struggle with the pressure to maintain their identity. They may fear losing value if they slow down. This creates an internal trap where rest feels unsafe and stillness feels undeserved. So they continue moving, even when movement no longer brings joy. The emptiness can deepen when external validation stops feeling exciting. Praise that once felt powerful starts to feel repetitive and distant. Achievements lose their emotional impact because they no longer connect to inner purpose. What remains is a sense of what now that success cannot answer. In some cases, people realize they were chasing a version of happiness that was incomplete. They assumed fulfillment would come from accumulation, rather than alignment, but accumulation without meaning creates weight instead of satisfaction. And that weight can feel like emptiness disguised as achievement. There is also a psychological effect of adaptation that plays a major role. The human mind quickly becomes used to new levels of success and comfort. What once felt extraordinary eventually becomes normal and expected. So the emotional reward diminishes even when external progress continues. This adaptation leaves many people in a constant state of mild dissatisfaction. They are never truly struggling, but never fully fulfilled either. Life becomes functional rather than deeply engaging or meaningful, and that quiet lack of depth is often interpreted as emptiness. Some individuals also struggle with identity fragmentation after success. Their entire sense of self was built around achievement roles. Once those roles stabilize, there is little internal structure left to rely on. Without constant striving, they feel unanchored in who they are. This experience can be confusing because nothing is visibly wrong. From a practical perspective, life may look successful in every measurable way, but emotional reality does not always match external indicators. And that gap is where emptiness quietly grows. Another factor is the lack of meaningful presence during the pursuit of success. When life is focused on future outcomes, the present moment is often overlooked. Years can pass in anticipation of a future version of happiness, and when that future arrives, it does not feel as transformative as expected. There is also a subtle loss that comes from constant comparison. Even after achieving goals, the mind may continue to measure against others. This comparison prevents satisfaction from settling fully. It keeps success conditional rather than complete. For some, emptiness is also tied to emotional needs that were never acknowledged earlier in life. Achievement can become a substitute for validation, but substitutes rarely resolve the original need. They only cover it temporarily. So even high levels of success cannot fully satisfy deeper emotional hunger. Over time, people may begin to notice that fulfillment requires something different from achievement. It requires connection, presence, authenticity, and emotional honesty. These elements cannot be measured or displayed like external success. They are experienced internally, often in quiet and ordinary moments. The shift from success-driven living to meaning-driven living is not immediate. It involves questioning long-held beliefs about worth and identity. It requires accepting that productivity is not the only source of value, and it often begins with the discomfort of recognizing emptiness itself. That emptiness, although uncomfortable, is not meaningless. It can signal a disconnect between external life and internal truth. It points toward areas where emotional alignment has been neglected, and it invites a deeper understanding of what fulfillment actually means. When people begin to sit with this feeling instead of avoiding it, something slowly changes. They start noticing what was ignored. Small experiences begin to regain significance that success could not provide. And the idea of fulfillment starts shifting away from achievement alone. Ultimately, feeling empty despite success is not a contradiction, but a reflection of imbalance. It shows that human needs extend beyond accomplishment and recognition. It reveals that emotional life requires attention just as much as external progress, and it reminds us that success alone was never meant to carry the entire weight of happiness.